Hey there nerds, welcome to my first retro video game review. Today we're going to be looking at Sonic the Hedgehog, one of my personal favourite games growing up. So Sonic the Hedgehog dashed onto the video game scene in 1991 and it came out on all Sega systems, and it was essentially created by Sega to challenge the dominance of the Super Mario Brothers in the video game market and to create themselves their own mascot. It was released as a 16-bit version on the Sega Genesis, or in the UK and Europe, Sega Mega Drive, which I had. It also came out on the 8-bit versions on the Sega Master System and the Game Gear. There's a number of differences between the two versions. The 8-bit game has fewer rings to collect, more bodies of water to avoid, and level checkpoints that take the form of monitors instead of lampposts. Also, the special stages are different in the two versions. Most obvious though is that in the 8-bit version, the game lacked loops for Sonic to run through, which is a trademark of the Sonic franchise. So here's one of the special stages. So this is the 16-bit version that came out on the Genesis and Mega Drive. In this, you basically just have to work your way to the middle to get to the Chaos Emerald, which is what Dr. Robotnik's stolen and Sonic's striving to get back. So you get yourself into the middle here. Now every time you hit one of the red stripy circles, it will change the rotation either up or down, and you basically just keep bouncing off of the various things. It's like a pinball machine, and you've got to try and keep hitting those emeralds. Each time you hit the emerald, it changes colour until you get yourself into the middle there. So there we go, just got the Chaos Emerald, and that's the end of the special stage. So I loved this game. I loved the fast pace and the speed. That really set it apart from other platformers at the time. Now I didn't have any Nintendo systems until the GameCube. So during my childhood I had an Amiga 500 and an 1200 computer which I played video games on. And then the first actual console that I got was a Sega Mega Drive. So I was very much growing up as a Sega boy. Not that I didn't like Nintendo, but at the time, I was a kid. I could only, my parents bought me a console. I wanted a Mega Drive because I really wanted Golden Axe. Splatterhouse 2 was the game I actually really wanted, and I pretty much bought the console for. Other games were Streets of Rage, So having the Sega console, of course, I was going to play Sonic the Hedgehog, and even though I wouldn't class myself as a Sega fanboy as such, it's just the console I had. But I do enjoy the Sonic games more than the Mario games. And maybe that's just because I was exposed to them more growing up. But Sonic 2 was my personal favourite of the series. I love the challenge of these games. You can go for speed runs, try and do it as fast as you can. Or you can take your time and try and discover everything, collect all the rings, and do it that way. There's some really tricky stages. You can see here we've got the marble zone. This was probably one of the trickiest stages in the whole game. It was only the second one, purely because of all the lava, traps, spikes, all kinds of stuff. You got all different types of levels in this game. Very colourful. Love the music. It's just a really, really good game. It's a challenging game especially for the time. So yeah, like I said, there's spawned many sequels. There's Sonic 1, 2, 3 were probably the best of the bunch. Sonic CD wasn't bad, I enjoyed that as well. Many people probably didn't. I was a big fan of the Mega CD, or the Sega CD, depending on where you lived. I really loved that console, and it probably wasn't a very good sort of add-on console to the Sega Mega Drive, but I really loved it. Don't know why, couldn't tell you, but I just have fond memories of having that. So yeah, Sonic games are still coming out now on the new next-gen consoles. You've got 3D ones. You have he's even got his own racing kart game, much like Mario Kart. But these were the original games, were the best ones of the bunch. And like I say, it's challenging. You die a lot. It's just an all-round really good platform game. Another thing is the bad guy, the villain, Dr. Robotnik, if you were in the US or the UK. If you lived in Japan, then he was known as Eggman. And you have several encounters with him throughout the game. He's basically stolen or kidnapped all the animals that live in Sonic's little world and put them inside all these little robots that you're fighting throughout the game. And then you have to try and battle him in a boss battle after every 3 stages. And so this is the very first boss fight of the game with Robotnik after the Act 3 of Green Hill Zone. And you essentially have to just get onto the platform. Oh, I'm not doing very well. You have to get onto the platform, hit it and go through where the chain is to avoid the ball. Get to the other platform, repeat. It took me a little bit of time. I'm a bit out of practice playing this game. But as long as you have a ring, at least one ring, and you recollect that, you can take another hit. There's other power-ups you can get throughout the game as well to help you on your way. So that's the first encounter with Dr. Robotnik. The game's awesome, really love it. Fond memories of this game. I give it 8 out of 10 in my retro game review. So thanks for joining me, guys. Don't forget to like, comment on the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.